Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. Let me take you back to the late 80s, into the early 90s. I would say possibly 89 to roughly 94. My cousins Sean, my cousin John Huffman, my cousin John Swisher, of course we called him the Swish Man, his brother, my cousin Junior, and my cousin Sally. A couple others that went with us at one point in time, but we all got together and we went to haunted houses. One haunted houses in particular that I really enjoyed was Akron, Ohio. I grew up around the Akron, Ohio area. The Haunted Schoolhouse and Haunted Laboratory. Another good one was Broadview Heights, around the Cleveland area. Broadview Heights had one called Bloodview. And Bloodview was we talk about that first. Bloodview was a really good haunted house. They were not people dressed in masks. They were like amateur or somewhat actors that actually painted their faces up to really look grotesque, scary and whatnot. It was really scary. At one point in time, my cousin Sean had worked there at one point, and he knew the trap doors and everything, and knew all the secrets around. We'd gotten trapped in a haunted house there. We'd gotten in there. Oh, they closed it like 10:30, 11 that particular day, which I believe was Thursday, and we got in there at about 20 minutes till 10. It usually takes, they claim it takes about maybe 25, 30 minutes roughly to get through it, depending on, how the monsters perceive you. If they're going to trap you here and there, you could be a little longer. We were in there for 45 minutes to an hour. And the only reason for that is every time we get to the to the exit, we get chased back to the entrance by the monsters. And it was really, really a great time. It was frightful. It was suspenseful. And it really was an interesting thing to just go in there and enjoy that haunted house. I enjoyed myself. Now we go to Haunted Schoolhouse, Haunted Laboratory. Haunted Laboratory, Haunted Schoolhouse, regardless of which one you went into first. If you went into the Haunted Laboratory first, you got like $2-3 off the Haunted Schoolhouse, or something like that. I'm not quite sure what it was. Maybe it was $1. But anyway, you got, no matter which one you went in, you got $1 or so off of the other one you went into. The laboratory was 4 floors. The schoolhouse was 3. I can remember going in there to, like I said, those were interesting haunted houses. Like I said, they were, they were just really well put together, as well as Bloodview. Like I said, with the amateur actors with the makeup and whatnot. Those were my 3 favorite haunted houses going to them. Of course, we went to one in Macedonia called the Haunted Castle and whatnot. That wasn't that bad. It wasn't good, but it wasn't that bad. And I can remember John Huffman, my cousin, showed his feminine side a lot early, and none of us detected John's feminine side. Well, now John is how can I put this? Now John is having some issues, or his tendencies, his gay tendencies showed a little early, and none of us saw that. But now John deals with the his gay issues here today. But anyway, we won't get into that. That's a little bit of TMI here for going down memory lane. Too much information. But anyway, John was always the one that screamed like a little bitch. No matter what haunted house he was in, he screamed like a little bitch. He'd almost always want to lead or be the second or third back in the group, but he would scream like a little bitch. And I can remember particularly going to one haunted house in North Canton, Ohio. It was called the Blood Barn. I think it was like 2 or 3 floors. It was me, my cousin Sean, John Huffman, and a guy we knew named Dwayne Bickett. We went in there, and me and Dwayne were basically, you know, because I'd been through the place before, so it really wasn't scaring me that much. So we just basically went through, and there was these guys in hockey masks, bibbed overalls, dressed like Jason, so to speak. And when we walked through, we weren't scared enough, but you could hear John and Shawn in the other room, mostly John going, so one guy was there with the chainsaw there. One Jason asked me and Dwayne, he says, hey, he says, is that the pussies of the group? Me and Dwayne laughed. He said, yeah. I said, that, yeah. Especially the guy in the blue T-shirt, which was at the time was John Huffman. So we'd went in. He goes, you guys go around go into the next room there, and kind of go off to your left there, and kind of wait behind that door. You can see everything that goes on. When John and Shawn got in there, John immediately shoved Shawn into the back corner and put him about basically crushed Shawn up against the wall, going down and going, no, no, no. And they take the chainsaws about, looks like they just ripped his head off, or sliced his head, or cut his head off at one point. But with all due respect, like I said, John, he was the pussy one of the bunch, basically, because he wanted to go to haunted houses, but yet whenever he got that fierce right, he showed signs of screaming like a little bitch. But I remember those times at haunted houses, and I haven't been to a haunted house since back in those days. Haven't been to one since I moved to Indiana, which was back in 2001. But anyway, back in the day, from '89 to 1994, we'd always go to haunted house. Always had fun at haunted houses. And when Halloween time comes around, you always got to have that tradition of watching the original Halloween movie. At least I do, anyway. Or always got a tradition. And my tradition is, for a few years in Halloween, I went back and I used to play Michael Myers, walk around the neighborhood trying to scare people. That was just me in my weird days back in the day. I wear my Michael Myers shirt every Halloween. That's a tradition for me. But like I said, going to haunted houses back then holds a special place in my heart, because I know that going back and seeing John scream like a little bitch, always gets me a chuckle when I think about it. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.